Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning the alchemy of the Immaculate Conception and how this Immaculate Conception have to do with the understanding of energy, vibration, and frequency when you understand it from a psychological realm. So I'm teaching you from the psychological realm of the Immaculate Conception, which is a conception without the instrumentality of a man and a woman in the physical sexual act. But in other words, it's a spiritual sexual act that would give you an electromagnetic orgasm, and that would bring forth what we refer to as manifestation. That would bring forth what we refer to as the law of attraction, whereby we are attracting certain things that we desire in our lives, and we realize that thoughts become things. So there are two angles you can see the Immaculate Conception from if you understand the Bible esoterically and you understand it metaphysically and psychologically, because there is an experience that you would have inwardly whereby you will actually give birth from your skull in the spiritual world, and that experience will teach you the secret of the sperm. It will teach you also what it means to be born again. I will teach you the secret of creation. And then you in turn would use it in the world of business, in the physical world, by understanding how to use it psychologically, how to use thoughts transmission, how to transmute energy into reality or into matter, how to take something from the sixth sense or from the fourth dimension and make it visible in the three-dimensional physical world. So, my brother and my sisters, when you understand the thought world and thought vibration, then you would understand a physical impregnation is no different to a psychological impregnation or a spiritual impregnation. And you would realize that everything is connected and we are all one, and we are all vibrating and certain frequency. And our existence here in a body is all energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So I'm saying all of this to give you a better understanding of why alchemy is necessary to use in your life consciously. But many people are not aware of alchemy because of their religious and superstitious mentality that is pointing them to look outwardly. And that is keeping them in a limited mindset. That is keeping them in a mindset of lack and mediocrity. So when you really understand psychology and how the Bible is a book of mind science, you will come to realize that you would have to read the Bible and use reverse psychology in order to live your life based on your own terms, without any judgment or any guilt or any shame, because that is what secular Christianity is based upon. And unfortunately, many people living in what is called third world countries and living in countries that were once colonized, they have that kind of mentality, and that kind of mentality is keeping them in stupidity and lack of understanding of how the mind works. So my brother, my sisters, I'm just bringing this message to help you to get out of the monkey mind and to operate in your CEO mind, that genius mind, which is the right brain side of thinking, whereby when you read in the Bible in St. John chapter 21, it tells you to throw the net on the right side for a great catch. And your fishes would, or your abundance and prosperity will come under the frequency of 153. That's the same frequency that is used in the radio, television, and so on. that you will have vibrated on a certain frequency that will help you to create your reality consciously, and it all comes from your mindset. So you have to change your mindset, or you will be toiling all night and you wouldn't catch anything. And in life, you want to prosper, you want to grow, you want to excel, you want to live sumptuously. And that's, most of us have that kind of desire. But what is robbing you from that? It's your belief system. And so, if you do not believe in the alchemy of the Immaculate Conception, that you can conceive and bring forth without the instrumentality of a man in the sexual physical act, then you will never be able to create your life whichever way you want it to be. So poverty is actually a lack of imagination, because when you have a lack of imagination, you would not know how to have the right conception so that you can bring forth the right brainchild in this world for the upliftment and advancement of all of humanity. So when I look around the entire Caribbean and I see how much people depend on what is known as the so-called hospitality industry, and where the people just have this walk mentality, and the school system is just set up to keep the people in a employee mentality, I see whereby many of them lack the knowledge of alchemy and lack the knowledge of the real Immaculate Conception that they can use to create their reality consciously. So I'm seeing more and more deep into Christianity and how it's been set up to keep the people in mental slavery. Because when you break a form of mental slavery and you understand alchemy and you understand the Immaculate Conception, you would be conceived of your ideas and your goals and your dreams, and you would be definite with your goals and your dreams, and you would write them down and you would manifest them, because you understand, just as how you've been expressed here as a thought evolved being, whereby your mother and your father, they first had a thought before they exercise that expression of that thought through the physical act of sex. So too, you must have thoughts and ideas that you know for sure it just takes a matter of time before they've been expressed in this physical realm. And then when you know that there's a lot of gestation, you will not be affected or distracted by what we call time. You know it's just a cycle, and you will know that everything is in the now, and you will claim it now, believe it now, and you'll always live in the now that your wish has already been fulfilled. So you have no further discussion on it. You're not going to discuss how, you're not going to discuss when, because you understand through alchemy and you understand the Immaculate Conception. So, my brother, my sisters, this is me just showing you the Immaculate Conception from the psychological standpoint, okay? But there is the spiritual standpoint too, which I would have experienced, but that's another subject for another time. But I want you to focus on that which you want, that which you desire in this world. And you do not need to think about how, you do not need to think about when it's going to be done. All you need to do is believe it. All you need to do is speak it. And I'm saying to you that your word will never return unto you void. It must accomplish that which you send it to and prosper anything whereto you send it, because you have that power. Use that power to achieve your every desire. And that was the lesson that was taught to Neville Goddard by his mentor Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia. And here I am teaching you that same message and saying to you, this is the message that you need of the true alchemy and the Immaculate Conception that is taking place in you daily, and how you have to use it consciously to break a form of mental slavery. But that was the message of Abdullah that was hidden in symbology to each and everyone who would understand the language of symbology that has been always there by our ancestors to help us to set ourselves free from every form of slavery. It's time to break all form of mental slavery and accept the fact that your real identity is your divinity. Just keep looking inwardly and vibrate under the energy of love. Once you do that, love will cast out all doubt and all fear. And you would be a winner and not a loser. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram and you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Man Guru. And if you feel strongly to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and the link is always down below. Also, you can support by way of Patreon by becoming a part of my Patreon community and support this work continually as we work together for the upliftment and advancement of all of humanity, with this message of self-realization being true salvation and that your real identity is actually your divinity. Also, I have a $20 course that is called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously. And we all accept and embrace tech, science and technology, but there's a science and technology that is taking place inwardly that would express outwardly, and I'm just teaching you to tap into that science and technology by discovering your light body and let your light so shine that the world will see that you have found the secret of your own creativity, your own divinity, and now you're using your ability for the upliftment and advancement of all of humanity. So if you feel strongly to listen to those videos, I'll definitely encourage you to do so. At this time, I just want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.